Go on.
I don't even know how to explain it because I don't understand it properly to explain it. Like that whole thing is not my cup of tea. So,
what the letter reading?
Letters on his cup of tea. He's like, why isn't this a 20-word tweet?
TLDR, man.
This is way too long for my attention span.
Pretty much. Don't you know we live in a world of TikTok? 5-second videos.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Outback Gamehouse, and welcome to 2022. I'm here with the full crew, Reese and Minzy. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Had a good break? Or
Yeah,
as
my
good
life's
as
a
it
break.
could be?
No is accurate.
I mean, we're not on drugs anymore, so we're sad. But
I like how this is straight after the conversation we had last week or the week before.
I see nothing has changed over the. Oh man! All right. Well, let's get straight into it. So, gaming news. I believe the first thing we have is the Steam being banned in China.
Yeah. Where is that?
That was back in Boxing Day, but it was the first one since Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's huge. I mean,
yeah. Apparently they have their own version of Steam though.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of other game library.
They blocked like the Chinese Steam servers. So a lot of them are kind of VPNing their way out to get to other versions of Steam or other Steam servers rather.
Yeah, that's huge.
But I mean, they can only game for 2 hours a day anyways. At this point, just give up.
Well, that's if you're underage, right? The 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
So Minzy.
I enrolled to vote today, thank you.
Oh, so you're no longer underage. Gotcha.
No, I am now.
But I just want to say, but now it's in the public arena that he has been illegally not voting for how long now?
Yeah.
I realize it's been like a year, but still.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
I still can't believe that.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
I don't even know how you have not got a single fine.
I can see that now that I've enrolled, that they're going to like, hold on. I should have rolled 3 years ago. Just back up the fines. I can see this happening. Oh, I'm not happy.
Oh, yeah, for those who don't know, here it's compulsory voting. So, no idea. Compulsory. It's
compulsory if you're not Minzy.
I don't know. That's a weird policy, but okay.
Well, at least we can't argue that or complain that we didn't get to pick our right president or prime minister.
True.
Anyway, moving on. So there was a huge argument over Diablo loot, which supposedly ended in a fatal shooting. I initially thought what's it? Florida, but apparently it was not Florida. It
was not. I forget exactly where it was.
says WA.
Oh, it was
WA?
Washington.
Washington.
It was Washington. So the complete opposite corner of the country.
Yeah.
Which is also a very sad place because all of our serial killers and just in general weird people come out of Washington.
Oh, lovely.
Really? Interesting.
Not Florida?
No, they end up in Florida. They start in Washington and they kill their way to Florida.
That's hell of a cross country trip.
All right.
Ted Bundy started up there and he ended up down in Florida.
All right.
Green River Killer was up there. A handful of others.
I didn't know Ted Bundy was
Hillside
in
Strangler
Washington.
ended up there. He ended up in Washington. He started in California. But anywho,
So this was.
I watch a lot of true crime.
This is so allegedly, two guys in their mid-30s, been friends for 26 years. Both got into a heated argument over Diablo 2 while they were playing, and allegedly one of them shot the other and killed him. So it's alleged until obviously like.
So what's funny about this is the guy who got shot didn't even steal the gears that was lost.
Wow.
It was because they were there, so they were playing together, but they didn't. The guy did not make the game a private game.
Oh, oh no!
So a rando popped in, stole some shit, popped out.
It's like that classic ninja looting story from WoW Classic.
Yep. And it went in, got confronted by his dad first. These are 30-year-old men. Got confronted by his dad, and it went and shot a guy.
Jesus Christ!
What is wrong with some people?
I have no fucking idea. Like,
oh no!
I don't know.
Oh no!
People are fucking idiots.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that's
Anyway,
yeah.
I don't even know what to say. We'll just move on. So there was a New Year's letter from president of Square Enix. Go on.
Basically, the president of like Square Enix, he announced that they're going to be incorporating NFTs into their games somehow. And all I know is that a lot of people aren't happy about it.
I mean, NFT seems to be the new craze in thing at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what to think of it. So basically it stands for
Non-fungible token.
Non-fungible tokens, which is kind of like a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So it's going off the back of all these Bitcoins and other crypto stuff that's going on.
And they're saying that they're going to somehow like make items NFTs or some shit like that. I don't completely understand it. It doesn't make sense to me.
If there's any way that, and it's kind of because everything's tied to actual money. So if there's a way that people end up having to actually pay for shit, that would piss a lot of people off. I don't think that's going to be the case. There's a handful of games that give you cryptocurrency for playing or whatever. Those very small games. It's all very, very experimental still, I guess would be the word. And I don't know how it'll tie to NFTs because I know NFTs are created using, you have to pay for, it's all tied through using cryptocurrency to pay for everything.
Yeah.
My little bit of research that I've done into it. I haven't spent a dime on it yet. Maybe I'm stupid for not, but
yeah, all I know is a lot of people aren't happy about it. So
yeah, so to kind of summarize what it is. Basically, you get a certificate that you own a particular item, like a digital item, right? So it could be a video, it could be a picture, it could be some digital artwork for the game or something like that. So it's basically saying, like, it's like owning the deed to something that exists on the internet, basically, is what it is. So yeah, I mean, if you're into that whole collectible side of things, I guess you'd be into it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, I'm just gonna wait and see how it all plays out for me personally. But
I don't know if it will affect Final Fantasy 14 because, like, the producer for that has already done like such a good job, and they already make so much money from it that I think they will kind of just leave it alone. And the producer for FF14 is on the board of directors for Square Enix anyway, so he would have a pretty considerable amount of like input, I guess, with it. So
yeah,
it is wait and see.
It is. Well, I could easily see them putting it into FF14, to be honest.
I can too. I just really hope they don't.
Yeah, they're probably gonna do it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, moving on. A few things, I guess, coming this year for 2022. One that I'm waiting for is GT7, Gran Turismo 7. There's a few gameplay trailers that they released. The iconic Daytona Speedway that I think they've had since inception in every game.
Yeah.
There's a clip of that, a few other clips that looks pretty damn good. Like, I don't mind Need for Speed and all those other games, but I'm very much into kind of the GT series. And it's been a while since the previous one, so that's coming out March 4th.
If I'm going to play a racing game, like if I'm going to want to play a proper racing game, I would play something like Gran Turismo. But if I wanted to play something more just because the cars look cool, I'd play Need for Speed.
Yeah, I don't mind the Need for Speed series.
I definitely prefer the old ones.
The old ones are definitely hands down the
most wanted, best, 100%.
Older than that.
Yeah, Underground 2. I think that was the first one I played. Underground 2.
Boy, you're still not going old enough.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Super Mario Kart, bitch. Shut up and sit down. I like the open world one. So, I mean, we've been playing, me and Riley have been down on Forza Horizon 5 quite a bit, actually. And it's been a really good addition to that series, for the Horizon series.
Yeah, I never actually played Forza. Sorry, I've played Forza. I never played Forza 5. I think I played 4.
Never played any of them.
4 was actually really fun. It played very similar to Gran Turismo.
Yeah, so Forza plays like Gran Turismo. Forza Horizon is an open world version.
Yeah.
The missions and the collections and all that other crap. Yeah. It's much more fun than just, we're going to go around in circles again today. 24-hour marathon race. Yay.
Yeah. I can't actually watch like racing or anything, like car racing. I find it so boring. Like even V8 supercars, I can't watch it. I just like
see. I do. So I do watch NASCAR, but I can't watch it by myself. It has to be like, let me invite a whole bunch of people over. We're really just kind of talking and drinking until the crashes happen.
Yeah.
So less watching, a lot more socializing.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get the close parts of the race where people are passing are actually trying hard. There's a whole lot of in between. You're like, I get 100 laps till something happens. But no, I do enjoy it. I understand a lot of what goes into it to make it difficult. But I'm just a dumb fucking redneck. So what do I know, right?
Yep.
Going to see the V8 supercars, though, that is completely different. Oh my God, that is amazing.
I need to go to Supercross again. I haven't been to Supercross in years.
Yeah, that was so fun when I went.
Watching racing live is very different to
yeah, there's
on
so
TV.
much just more like energy. It's like watching a concert compared to going to a concert. It's just a night and day difference.
We'll just keep going. So anyway, upcoming game release for this year. So January we've got, I think it's out, Monster Hunter Rise on PC. A few other things. There's Rainbow Six Extraction, which comes out, I think, next week.
I think so, yeah. I know Monster Hunter is out because my friend's been playing that.
Yeah, I think Monster Hunter is out. Rainbow Six Extraction, so it's basically like the second, because they've been doing seasons so far with the first Rainbow Six. Now they're coming up with a whole new other game. So that comes out, next week, I think. Pokemon Legends Arceus comes out end of this month.
Cool. Is that the Japan one?
Yeah, that's like the feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very intrigued by it, so I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I need to keep my eye on
that. Trying to think. Lost Ark. So it's officially coming out February 11th, I think, on PC. I think
I'm interested to see that as well because a lot of people
have been
really good,
talking highly about it. So yeah, I can't wait for that. And we go on.
I was going to say a lot of people were talking like really high about New World as well, but with New World, like even or during the beta, I was seeing a lot of good things and a lot of bad things with Lost Ark. I'm not sure if it's just because I haven't looked into it as much, but I'm definitely not seeing as much bad things with it as New World.
The reviews for Lost Ark have been much better than New World. So I'm keeping an eye on that one. February is actually a pretty good month.
It's pretty packed month, yeah.
Horizon, the new Horizon game, Forbidden West, comes out February 18th. Then you got Elden Ring, which comes out a week after that.
Yeah.
You also got the Destiny 2, the Witch Queen.
Yeah, the expansion,
Expansion. So yeah, it's quite a hectic month there. GT7, so March, GT7, as I mentioned. Assassin's Creed Dawn of Ragnarok DLC comes out in March as well.
So excited for that. Excited for that.
I've got 2 months to get there.
You do. Yeah. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. That looks interesting. Like I'm a big Borderlands fan, so I can't wait for that. The Settlers. Not sure if you guys have heard of that. That comes out in March as well. Closed beta is actually next week. It's a city building real-time strategy game.
I was going to say it kind of looks like Civilization in a way.
So it's a reboot actually. It's a of a long-running series by Ubisoft.
Yeah. So
which one is it?
The Settlers.
The Settlers.
Oh, they're rebooting Anya.
Yes, they are.
Because I actually just played a couple of those games the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, so we got closed beta that comes out this month, but that'll only cover skirmish mode for 1v1 and 2v2 matches against other players or against AI controlled factions.
It kind of looks like a total war game as well, in a way. I don't know if any of you guys have played any of the Total War games, but I love the Total War games.
I haven't played Total War, but I know all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I keep saying, like, I don't know whether real-time strategy is like a dying genre or not, but it's not as big as it was back in the 90s.
Definitely not as big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as big.
Age of Empires, Warcraft, Starcraft.
Yeah, a lot of good games, but yeah, I'm hoping that kind of reignites the genre.
There seems to be a bit of reignition with it with Age of Empires 4.
I'm telling you, it was a great addition to the series if you haven't checked it out yet.
I haven't tried
honestly,
it. I really need to.
I've been meaning to get it. I really need to get it. Oh, that's right. I've been waiting for it to go on sale. That's right.
I just keep forgetting.
I just have Game Pass, so it's a download.
Damn you.
I have no excuse for not playing Halo, except for I don't want to.
There's in May. There's Forspoken, which we've spoken about. That looks really damn good. June, not so much. August, Saints Row.
What is this?
Saints Row.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
New
Yeah,
Saints
they
Row
are
game.
kind of rebooting it, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
I completely forgot about that, actually.
But yeah, they're the only ones we have dates on. There's others yet to be announced. I'm trying to remember if there's the Avatar game, Frontiers of Pandora. What else is there that's not got a date yet?
I did not know that Vampire the Masquerade was getting another game.
Yeah, they're getting another game.
Honestly, the past year has been really good for games.
Yeah. Oh, Gotham Knights. That's a big one that I'm looking forward to.
I think the big one I'm looking forward to is the Wolverine one. And
is that coming out this year?
I don't think this year. I think next year, because I only got announced. Last year.
Yeah, it's going to be a while until we see those. Hogwarts Legacy is another one that should be coming out sometime this year.
Meh.
It's
Legacy is the single player.
Lord of the Rings Golem. Breath of the Wild sequel. That should be out. That Suicide Squad game should be out. Star Wars Hunters, which is a mobile game. Trying to think if there was anything else. Just quickly seeing if I missed anything.
I don't think so. Got the
Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2.
Yeah. Got the Knights of the Old Republic. That's probably going to be at least a year or two.
Oh, God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
That should be sometime this year. Which that trailer looked really good for it.
I don't know if there was a date for it or anything. I'm pretty sure there isn't, but Star Wars Eclipse, I don't know when that's coming out.
No, I don't think there's a date for it. Not yet, yeah.
So, but yeah, that looks so good. The trailer for that. Oh.
Yeah, so other than that, actually, Nintendo Switch is getting the Assassin's Creed trilogy soon, so it's going to have the the Ezio collection. So that goes from 2 Brotherhood and Revelations.
Yeah. I think 1 and 3 are on it. I'm pretty sure.
It's
I
your
know
collection.
1 is. No. He means
um,
on the Switch.
Yeah,
Oh, Switch.
I'm pretty sure the remastered of 3 is on Switch.
It is.
Yeah.
That one I know for a fact.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people actually rate the Ezio collection as probably one of the.
Oh, it 100% is. That's their like gameplay is outdated, 100%. But the story is so fucking good.
Yeah, the storyline was great.
That was
as I am marking
games.
This epic hating myself that I'm doing with playing all of the Assassin's Creed games. It's funny because like I got to Valhalla yesterday, and because I just crushed through Origins, but like I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna spend 200 hours and not play another Assassin's Creed game anytime soon.
Yeah,
because I hadn't finished it already. So
did you skip
Odyssey? I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to getting to the end of it and then having to come back and play the Ragnarok DLC, but getting to play 1 and 2 and all the rest of them again. Because I haven't played them in so long, and I'm super looking forward to. So far, the 3 games, the most recent games, every single one of them has had a different button layout on the fucking PC. So I have words for you, Ubisoft. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely tell that they make it for consoles first.
So I'm super looking forward to getting to 1 and just not knowing what the fuck I'm doing
anymore. Yeah. Honestly, I thought the story for number 1 was also really, I'm not going to say underrated, but because when it originally first came out, everyone was saying like how good it is. But I think it goes underappreciated now because everyone is just like, oh my God, Ezio.
Yes, and I agree. No, I loved it when it first came out. I can actually remember that. I'm old enough.
Yeah, so am I. No, but the first couple of Assassin's Creed games, they were honestly my favorite games. They were so good.
Yeah, I still hold the first one as. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's up there.
It's not favorite in terms of gameplay. Number 2 is my favorite. And then I think honestly number 4. Because you can't hate pirates.
I'm telling you, you can't. You really can't.
It's so good.
Pirates I'm in love. I live on the pirate coast. It's amazing.
Yeah. I think Valhalla and 4 have like really tied for me, to be honest.
The only thing I didn't like about Odyssey was how the second DLC just kind of ended.
I didn't play Odyssey.
So it just kind of, you get through it, cool. You fight the last boss, cool. And then it pulls you, because that's another thing about Odyssey. It like just pulls you out of the Animus. You can't go in and out at will. But it pulls you out for this story. And there's a little bit of dialogue, and it's okay, cool. I'm going to go back into the Animus now and talk to people with no quests, nothing. There's actually no talking you need to do. There's just no follow-up that ties into Valhalla at all.
Fair enough. I mean, that's kind of how it was at the end of number 2, I think. In a way, because like they're escaping as Abstergo at the end of number 2, and then they're like, well, in the meantime, you can just be in the Animus until the next game.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, unless there's anything else for gaming.
No.
Move on to entertainment. Yeah. All right. So moving on to entertainment. Few things to cover actually. We've had a slew of stuff that's happened. Well, aired over Christmas and New Year. So,
and things were seen.
and things were seen. We'll leave the Disney and Marvel stuff for last as always, but recent stuff. Peacemaker, they launched that with a triple episode release, which is different. I still haven't watched the third episode, but the first two so far.
It started? I thought it was later this month.
Oh, it started.
God damn it. I'm over here trying to catch up on everything else.
Oh, man. Don't worry. I would suspect Minzy hasn't watched it either, so you're in good company.
No, I haven't.
Because I have no interest in watching Toilet Bowl Man.
I enjoyed it so far. I haven't watched the third episode yet, but it started decently. Like, it's kind of carried on the same feel from Suicide Squad. Obviously, James Gunn is, behind this as well. So it's got a very strong James Gunn kind of feel to it. So which is why it's kind of carried off. And it's kind of, if you've watched the movie, it kind of follows on from where we leave off with him. So yeah, I liked it. The best thing about it was actually the opening. I guess you could call it like soundtrack opening credits. I don't know. I let you guys kind of watch it for the first time, but me and my wife just were giggling throughout it.
I haven't even seen the second Suicide Squad, so I probably should watch that first.
Yeah, you should probably watch that first because you'll probably be wondering what the hell happened.
Yeah,
they kind of
everyone is.
They kind of show Suicide Squad in a quick 30-second recap before it starts.
That's interesting.
But it's kind of just enough for anyone that hasn't watched it like yourself. But I would still recommend watching it. Like, there's a lot of things it obviously doesn't cover in 30 seconds.
To be honest, the Suicide Squad movie just, like, the first one was all right, but it just
I'll tell you, this is a lot better than the first one. Like, just ignore the first ever existed. Even though they kind of reference the first in the second, but
so it's kind of like Star Wars prequels. Like sand.
But yeah, anyway, this it's definitely worth it. Well, I mean, like, I'd say the second one, a lot of people loved it. I didn't love it, but I definitely did enjoy it. I did like it.
Right. Yeah, when I saw the first one, it's not that I didn't enjoy it or anything. It was just, I don't know. It was just, it was all right.
Just all right.
Yeah, and it didn't really make me want to see the second one. It wasn't like I was like, oh, I can't wait to see the second one. It was just like, yeah, but I saw it. So I think that's why I just haven't seen the second one.
Yeah, I would just ignore the first one because it's definitely a lot different. Obviously, James Gunn is behind the second one, so I thought it did a lot better, and it did do a lot better even in the box office and stuff like that. So definitely worth the watch. And so far, Peacemaker TV show seems to be really good as well. Superman Lois is back for a new season, and that started off really well as well.
Nice.
I know you haven't finished the previous season.
I didn't finish last season. I think I stopped when it around like mid-season. I just didn't get back into it.
I actually really enjoy it. It's probably still my favorite DC TV series at the moment. Peacemaker's second. So yeah, it's definitely worth the watch. There was just before New Year, there was a new the Bat and the Cat trailer for Batman.
Yes.
I'm liking it. I just don't like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he seems just too edgy.
He seems like
Bruce Wayne seems edgy.
Yeah. Batman, his portrayal of Batman and all that seems okay.
Yeah.
So previously, when we saw the previous Batman trailers, it was all kind of Batman. I don't know if there was previous clips of Bruce Wayne or this was the first, but yeah, he seems like an edgy. He seems like an edgy emo Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's a reason in the movie that he is like that, then sure.
I'm sure they probably will, but like Bruce Wayne's always been kind of like
he's like the Tony Stark. He's a playboy. He's a millionaire playboy.
Millionaire playboy, right? He just doesn't shout out millionaire playboy. Maybe if he like fixed his hair and
gets rid of the anime hair, the anime protagonist.
Gets rid of the edgy hairstyle. I don't know. Maybe
he's the 2020. He's the 2022 millionaire playboy. You know,
yeah.
What it is. Yeah. Appealing to the crowd of the day. But I like how they're kind of going with the Riddler though.
Riddler looks really good, like dark Riddler. Mm-hmm. I quite like the way they're going with it, like you say. I think I enjoyed the Jim Carrey Riddler.
Yeah, that was a fun Riddler.
Yeah,
but this is just, definitely a lot darker.
Those whole movies were just like more goofy movies, though. Like this one is definitely like more.
Serious. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think because all the other Batman, so I said all the other, not the Michael Keaton ones, but the other ones were just kind of channeling the 60s fucking Adam West.
Yeah, the classic comics like pow, wham.
We're gonna be goofy like that again.
Yeah.
The Nolan series was.
I'm not including that.
Not including that? Okay.
There was nothing goofy about Christopher Nolan.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But no, definitely John Schumacher's. I think it's John Schumacher. His two Batmans, hands down, probably
the Val Kilmer and George Clooney ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nipple Batman.
Yeah.
Nipple Batman.
That's how I remember him, Nipple Batman.
That's all anyone remembers.
Whenever I make armor, I go out of my way to include my nipples. Okay.
Yeah. You gotta protect it.
It gets cold sometimes. You got to give them room.
Oh God. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, it's only 6 o'clock in the morning. I need more coffee.
Maybe that's why he was going up against Dr. Freeze. So.
Yeah.
Oh, he's awake.
You gotta wonder sometimes. These are the things we laugh about. We forget almost 20 years later, right?
Yeah.
And, like at the time, the fucking prop guy their costume guy had been like, "This is gonna be fucking amazing."
Before the word meme was even invented, this guy was like, "This is a good meme."
The director thinking nothing of us. Yeah, looks good. Looks like a Batman costume.
It's got the bat on it, right?
Nobody's gonna focus on nipples.
But speaking of Batman and also the Flash movie, they announced that there'll only be cinematic release for 45 days before they hit streaming, which is quick.
It's kind of the way ahead at this point. That's what Marvel has been doing with all their films, right?
Yeah.
Well, Eternals just hit, right?
Yeah.
this week, and they came out November.
Yeah.
I don't
November.
remember when they came out.
So
I do know.
Yeah.
Well,
seems to
I
be
don't
around
know.
60 days, maybe. I think for Eternals.
Yeah.
There
Well,
was
and I
a
think they did
leak.
that. So they pushed it to the right a little bit because they ended up pushing Shang-Chi to the right a little bit so that it would make it for Disney Day. So they didn't want them to come too close together.
Yeah.
But I think, what do you call it? Spider-Man's going to be close on its heels, isn't it? As far as 45 days.
I was just about to
Well,
say there was a
this is-
leak the other day that I saw that apparently Spider-Man's going to be at the end of February.
Well, this is the thing. Is it coming to Disney Plus though? Because the first two aren't on Disney Plus because it's a Sony film, not a Disney film.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Like Far From Home only just came on Netflix now. Here
For us, yeah. I don't know what's happening for you guys over in the States, but here the two Sony the two Spider-Man movies, Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, are not on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I doubt they would be anytime soon, considering, as you said, Far From Home was just released on Netflix. So I don't believe No Way Home is going to have a Disney Plus release.
Yeah. When it comes out on streaming, though, it'd be available to like buy, like on just YouTube or something, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah. So, I'd imagine so as well. Like they would have the, like from YouTube or Google Play or even Amazon Video, the rent or purchase option. Yeah. But when it comes to streaming services, I don't think it'll come to Disney Plus, just based on the other two.
So what that little story said was it's most likely because it was a 2021 release. It's looking like it'll go to Stars first.
Yeah, that's what I also read, that it's going to go to Stars, but I don't think we have that here.
We don't have Stars.
And then Sony Pictures, they're going to be working with Netflix from this year on.
Right.
But that's everything else. Because it was a last year movie, it's probably going to hit Stars.
Fair enough. You guys have seen The Matrix?
I haven't, no.
No.
You still haven't? Thought you were going to see it.
No, I haven't. I have been.
I mean, you don't even have to go to see it. I thought you were just going to turn on the TV and see it.
You're right, and I entirely intend to. Okay.
That's my logic.
Just because I've been couch ridden doesn't mean I don't have a life. Okay. I have school to do. Sit here and speak to Rosetta
You're still in school?
Yes, thank you. Always in school. Never stop learning, fucker.
Fair.
No, so I've been watching. I rewatched The Witcher through season 1, and I'm halfway through season 2. I've been up on Boba Fett, and then whatever else my wife is making me watch.
I really enjoyed season 2 for Witcher, especially the kind of character development that Ciri had over the second season. A lot better than the first season.
Thoroughly.
Yeah, they actually made Ciri a badass this season, like the actual proper Ciri, which is good.
Yeah. I mean, the first season was obviously setting it up, but
yeah.
To see it play out definitely was a lot better.
Yep.
Well, anyway, so Matrix 4. I wish I didn't go and spend money and see it in the theater. That's my 5-second review.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of people have been, from what I've heard, a lot of people have just been saying it's like,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of really kind of mixed up and downs about it.
Yeah, I can kind of see what they went with and the kind of angle. It just didn't work. And they were trying to make it kind of different, in a way, but it lost that Matrix feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't feel Matrix to me, to put it simply. Yeah, I was disappointed. Like, I was really super hyped. I watched the first. I showed you guys pictures. Like, I watched the trilogy in a marathon, and then next day I went and watched the fourth and went, fuck my life.
It's terrifying.
Cracks open the JD.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'll let you guys watch it eventually and come up with your own opinion, but yeah, I wasn't a fan. Fallout TV show is finally entering production. So that's going to come on to Amazon Prime, and it's got the
Prime and sexy time.
Sure.
It's like Netflix and chill. There's Hulu and Woohoo.
I haven't heard Amazon Prime and sexy time.
I forgot the others. Those are the main three I know though.
Why not? So yeah, let's see how that turns out. Boys season 3, June 3rd.
Yes.
We've got a date.
Yes.
They also posted the first teaser trailer, I think 3 days ago, or maybe a week ago. Yeah, it was very quick. Like 10 seconds maybe. Maybe. Well, it wasn't much. But yeah. Like looking at Jensen Ackles' character, he looks pretty dope. So can't wait to see how that goes. What else was that? Oh, Scott Pilgrim anime is reportedly in the works.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Like Scott Pilgrim Saves the World is like one of my favorite movies.
Classic.
It is a classic. Like, I'm surprised they haven't done anything else with it since.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in ages. I think I've only seen it like once or twice. I don't know why.
We saw it a few months ago. It was on, and I was like, oh, why not? I was just surprised, like, how many, like, back then they were relatively unknown, but now watching it, like, so many like well-known actors just came from that. Like, we're in it. Like, even if it was 2 seconds.
There's a movie I watched when I was younger. I was very little, actually. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm pretty sure it had Obi-Wan in it. And it's basically a movie where like an island gets hit by a tsunami or something like that. And Tom Holland is in it. And I saw a picture of him like then versus now the other day. And I'm just like, hold on, it's that movie. I was like, holy shit, I did not realize he was in that movie.
When he was cast for Spider-Man for the first time for Homecoming, I remember telling my wife, I was like this kid is talented. Like I was telling her, she hadn't watched, I think it's called Tsunami actually. She hadn't watched it. I'd watched it like a few years before, and I remember watching it. And you know, it's got Naomi Watts in it. It's got
Low Impossible is what it's called, 2012.
And it's got what's Obi's name?
Ewan McGregor.
Ewan McGregor. It's got those two. That was the main reason I watched it, because you know, two good actors, and I watched it, and it was kind of close to home for us here with the whole tsunami back in 2004. I remember watching it, and I was like, this. He was maybe, I think he was 10. Well, he was playing.
He was very young.
He was playing a 10-year-old kid. I don't know how old he was, but I remember watching it and thinking, dude, this kid has outdone the two known actors. Like he just knocked it out of the park. Like he was amazing.
It's like even Joffrey from Game of Thrones. He's in the first Christopher Nolan Batman.
Yeah.
He for a very short scene, but he is in it, and I only realized it when I rewatched it a few years ago. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
so interesting to see like these people in like older movies, and you're like, hold on, they came to become these people. So
yeah, it's always interesting going back and watching older movies and seeing people that you just didn't realize were in it because they were just no names.
Nobody's at that point. Yeah.
Aquaman 2. So that's wrapped up filming. But same day, Jason Momoa and his wife Lisa Blunt have parted ways with their marriage, which is oddly timed.
Right?
It's like that. You finish this movie. Fuck you.
I'm done working, babe. I'm already out the house.
Right? It's like,
I told you guys we had to finish yesterday.
It's like
it's just got the phone on loudspeaker as the director goes, and that's a wrap. And it's like, did you get that?
It's like J. Jonah Jameson. It's like J. Jonah Jameson in the Tobey Maguire movies. Get out of my building. You're fired. Pack your things.
Oh man. Yeah, that was weird.
Been having like a hard trouble marriage or some shit, but just maybe got it.
They're obviously thinking about it, I would say, and didn't want it to affect his filming, so just waited.
Yeah, they I mean, by all accounts, it looks amicable. So
yeah, shame, but oh well. Let's see. I guess we'll move on to
a couple
Marvel stuff.
Two before we do it.
Yeah.
One, and every series probably needs to do this. But Ray Donovan, its movie is coming out real soon. So the series has been on Showtime since, for almost 10 years now.
Yeah.
And they're wrapping it up with a movie.
I actually like it when shows do that.
Yeah.
I've never really seen a show do that, to be honest.
There's been a few.
They did it with Firefly just because everybody was angry and never got renewed.
That was that was slightly different though. That was
different.
It was cut short, and then Fox decides to cut a lot of shows.
But and this is actually almost kind of the same thing. So the last season of Ray Donovan left with a whole bunch of cliffhangers, and then the Showtime was like, all right, we're done with you guys. They're like, the fuck? Let us wrap some of this up. So they're going back, and that's what they're trying to do, is wrap it up with the movie. As opposed to getting a whole other season. Showtime's just done with it. The other thing that I had is that Dexter New Blood is done. All episodes are out now. And there's a lot of people not happy with the ending.
So I haven't watched it.
I'm not going to tell you.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. But I know reading, I kind of got spoiled. I haven't watched it. I haven't been told how it happens. But apparently everyone was actually on board with that ending, supposedly.
Yeah, they were. So they had talked about it prior to, because the season took them like 2 years to make.
Mm.
Between COVID and weather and all that other stuff, you gotta have plenty of snow on the ground. But they talked about it heavily. Michael C. Hall knew everything that was going on. So they all knew what was going on. We were sitting over here watching it, playing the guessing game the whole way through, trying to figure out exactly which way they're going to twist it and go with it. And I have mixed feelings about it. It's one of those kind of things that you're already told going into it, this is a one-off thing. You kind of know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
But it's just how are they going to get there?
Right.
And that's where a lot of the people had issues with. And a couple other things, little details my wife dug up the other day that got essentially retconned, like the drug that Dexter uses to fucking inject people with is different than the show, the original show.
Okay.
Yes.
Weird.
But it gets a callback because he's investigated during the show, right? They're like, oh, Bay Harbor Butcher. I know that's this guy because the Bay Harbor Butcher used this, but it's not what he used. So they retconned that. With that, I mean, it's just a straight retcon. There's no addressing it whatsoever. You know,
Right.
it's not something that I caught at all. That my wife caught. She just caught it after reading this stuff. She's like, "This is what people are complaining about." So I had to Google and go, "Oh yeah, that was mentioned in season 1 what he used, and then never again."
Yeah.
And then in the New Blood, it was brought up as something completely different.
Wow.
It's weird. Really weird. What was
I
the
wonder
second
the
thing?
reasoning behind it.
I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was still a good show, but I think it was just, I don't know. It was meh.
I'm still gonna watch it.
I'm recommending to watch it. It was just kind of, if you're a huge fan of the show, please go watch it.
I'm a big fan. I just need to get Paramount Plus because that's where it's at for us. I think it's the same for you guys.
Well, I have. Was it Showtime? I have all that. So,
yeah. I think it's hard to capture the original feeling of shows and movies when they make another one like years and years later. Like
So,
Matrix, for example.
it's not even the feeling of this show. And Michael C. Hall comes back to Dexter like he never left the character. He did a great job of playing not Dexter because he's in hiding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went into hiding after dying at the end of the last season. So he does a great job of navigating that minefield of I'm not Dexter, I'm not Dexter, I'm not Dexter, and then something comes into his life and goes, oh fuck.
I'm Dexter. Relapsed.
Yep. So I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not terrible. The ending just you're kind of left with feck. That's it. But next week though, because Showtime decided to stagger their finales, and I'm kind of glad they did that now. The Yellow Jackets finale will be next week. If you haven't watched that yet,
I still haven't. I don't know. I think that might be on Paramount Plus as well, actually.
It should be. It's the same network.
Yeah. And they moved Star Trek from Amazon and Netflix, the 2 Star Trek TV series over to Paramount Plus. So yeah, good reasons for me to get that.
TV series? I mean, I know the old ones, but like, do you mean new?
Yeah, Discovery and the other one, what's his name?
Yes.
the Patrick Stewart one. Patrick Stewart one.
Yeah. Right.
You don't know?
No, I do know. Yeah.
Picard.
I don't watch Star Trek anymore.
So it's Picard. So it's
Star Trek Picard.
Yeah. It's basically a continuation from obviously his series run back in the 80s or whenever it ran. So
I didn't know that.
yeah. Anyway, was there anything else before we finally move on to
No, I got
Marvel, Disney, Star Wars stuff? All right. So moving on to the big stuff. We'll start with Morbius, aptly named Morbius the Delayed Vampire by Minzy. It's been delayed for the 7th time now. Won't be coming out till April 1st, 2022.
And then on April 1st, they're like, April Fools!
There was never a movie.
There was ticket sales and everything, and never a movie. The greatest heist of all time.
Oh, imagine how pissed off everyone would be.
Almost be as good as
I almost want that to be true.
that would be almost as good as the Fire Festival, the festival that never existed.
I just think somewhere in the multiverse, this is happening.
I have put it out in the universe. I'm sorry, whoever's getting screwed with this.
I just like I don't understand the reasonings behind it. Like they just released Spider-Man, which did really well. We'll get into that later because Minzy's finally watched it. But it can't be box office sales because they can see from Shang-Chi, Eternal, Spider-Man that tickets are selling. So it can't be that. And they've also released it April 1st, which is starting to get into like a period where there's going to be a lot of other big blockbusters coming out. When it was releasing like later this month, it was in a sweet spot where there's literally nothing that's competing with it. So they're pushing it back towards competition. So the only thing I can think of is they're putting in extra stuff, like going, oh wait, there's a multiverse happening. Maybe we should incorporate that.
I feel like if they were gonna do that they would have already done it like way long time ago. Like they would have already planned for it, I should say.
Kind of like they did with Venom, right?
Right.
They were sort of prepared for that.
Yeah.
It could also
there really
be
is no competition in January. The fuck?
Yeah.
What's that?
I said there really is no competition in January. Like
no, there isn't.
Why?
If they released it according to their 6th release date, it would have been on its own. Like it would have topped the box office, I would imagine.
Especially after Spider-Man 2.
Right. I know. It would have been off the back of that. People would have been hyped. I don't know about you guys over there. But it's like holidays here. Like it just weird.
Now we're back in school full swing.
Right.
Kids went back last week.
Still.
But they let's see what else is coming out April 1st. Nothing. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is coming out the next week.
I finally watched that the other day too.
Fantastic Beasts is coming out 2 weeks after Morbius now.
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't like Fantastic Beasts, but there's a lot of people.
Oh, it's a
huge following.
Harry Potter fans. I'm
right.
gonna fucking see it.
You got that cult.
oh, that's something that we didn't talk about. The reunion show that they did.
I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was meh.
Yeah, I actually didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty good game. But anyways, yeah, if they haven't come out and said why they're delaying it, then I don't think it's a bad day for it, but there's no real reason why. The only There's a scheduled untitled Disney live action for April 8th. Okay.
Yeah.
But I just don't see why they would move it. Because that's the only competition will be week 2 when Sonic comes out.
I mean, from what I'm reading, I just did a quick Google on it. People are saying they're hoping because of Spider-Man, but I feel like if that was the case, they wouldn't have needed to delay it so many times. Or if like they would have delayed it like a big jump instead of just like, oh, a little jump, a little jump, a little jump like that. And considering I can't say that. That's a spoiler. I'm just gonna have to end it on that. I can't really say more until we talk about Spider-Man.
They couldn't.
Well, I mean, we'll lead right into Spider-Man. I think it's a natural progression. But I think it's been a month, so I think we can talk spoilers now for Spider-Man.
Well, apparently that they Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield had contracts signed since like 2019.
Yes. Well, I mean, but they would have to because
that's no surprise because that's how early they start production.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, since it's been in the plan for so long, I don't feel like Morbius has been delayed for that reason. They would have already planned for it years ago.
That's true.
Right.
So I can't see them delaying it because, like, Spider-Man would just come out. We can implement all of this. It's like.
So it's
a lot of the original delays were COVID stuff, and then probably actually Spider-Man stuff. But this latest delay has got nothing to do with fucking anything as far as
like I said, I cannot for the life of me understand why, but I guess we'll find out April 1st. God, if it is an April Fool's joke, I'd just single-handed clap. I'd just be like, well done. No words, just well done.
Yeah.
Actually, the COVID is their official story.
Really?
The recent surge of Omicron cases. I am one of them. They will release April 1st. They're going to try and let everything die off. Okay.
That's not going to happen.
It's the official story.
So we'll move on to Spider-Man now that everyone here has watched it finally. Apparently they were meant to be, we don't know which, but they came out saying it nearly featured big characters, but the team decided to keep the story from straying too far away from Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Apparently America Chavez was going to be in it.
So America Chavez was one that is rumored. Apparently there was meant to be a few others as well. I kind of understand why they wouldn't. I think it had enough, like, to be honest, like in terms of people in there.
I think
Any more would have been too much.
I think the reason why they also did it that way was because they had to reshuffle the way that the movies came out.
Yeah. So originally Doctor Strange was coming out first before Spider-Man. So if you watch the movie, like the spell, when he goes to meet Doctor Strange and the spell that he does and stuff, there's like kind of, it's between Wong and Strange. It's almost like you've already fucked up once kind of thing, like don't do it again kind of innuendo that was there. I think there was probably a bit more to that scene that they had to cut out because Doctor Strange hasn't officially come out yet. Likewise, America Chavez hasn't been introduced, and putting her in Spider-Man for the first time
would have taken it away.
And people would be like the fans would know, like comic fans would know, but everyone else would be like, who's this, you know? Her powers would have lent well, like really well into Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
And it would have made sense. The theory is that's how the other two Spideys came into this universe. Is she brings them over, because that's one of the plot holes. People were like, how are they there? Like,
I kind of just assumed that they got teleported. Well, like Doc Ock says that he got teleported when he was
about to kill,
about to do the fucking thing, pull it under the river.
right?
I kind of just assumed that Peter Parker. No, I can kind of say that now. I was going to say I kind of just assumed that Peter Parker also came from that time.
No, they both the other Spideys came from a timeline much later than the villains.
Yeah.
So Andrew Garfield came like after years of mourning Gwen Stacy. Same with Toby. He's now like an older Spidey. So they came.
I cannot tell you how many times I cried in that movie.
They came.
Literally, I was just sobbing while watching. I'm just like, this is so good.
Bring the tissues.
So yeah, it's not that either. And the way Doctor Strange says this spell, it's because it's instead of erasing people's memory of Spider-Man, it's brought people that knew Spider-Man or were thinking of Spider-Man. And people will go like, why would Spider-Man be thinking of themselves, and bring themselves over? So
how great am I?
I'm Spider-Man. So what they're saying is America Chavez was meant to feature in that film, and she gets the other two Spider-Man to kind of help this Peter Parker out because he's kind of overwhelmed. So instead they went away from that and they gave Ned his time to shine instead. So,
which was random as fuck, to be honest.
That's why I kind of felt random as well, but I didn't mind it. But yeah, like you're saying, those two signed back in 2019. I believe Charlie Cox was also signed back then as well.
I think it was signed even before, actually. I think he was signed before, but not for a specific thing. He was signed for just, we want to use you in a movie.
Yeah. So because I was reading up about the chick that played Colleen Wing. Colleen Wing in the Iron Fist series. She was apparently casted for Shang-Chi's sister in Shang-Chi movie. Or she was a front runner. I don't know if she was officially casted, but she was at least one of the front runners. She turned it down because she found out about Charlie Cox. So they would have all been casted around the same time, I would imagine. But yeah, she turned it down because considering Charlie Cox has been given the Daredevil, there's a good chance that she may come back as Colleen Wing. So she'd rather the opportunity to reprise that role rather than play a new character. So yeah, I mean we've seen Kingpin obviously return in Hawkeye. I wouldn't be surprised if they bring a few more from that kind of Netflix universe over to.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jessica Jones shows up in She-Hulk.
She wants to play the role again. She has said that she wants to do that. She liked the role.
Yeah, well, I mean, I see Matt Murdock definitely appearing in She-Hulk. That seems a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just appreciate how fucking good that scene was, though?
Matt, like I think everyone, we saw the first initial midnight screening here. And I think so everyone there, massive fanboys and girls like myself, obviously, to go see a midnight screening. So I think everyone had an inkling that he was going to come. There's been leaks and stuff when that scene happened. But as soon as the blind stick, whatever, if there's an official name for it, as soon as you see a glimpse of that, everyone was like, "Oh my god!" Then you hear
I love watching cinema reactions on YouTube. They're so good.
Those are a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. Honestly, the whole movie. Oh, I can't get over how good the movie was. It is honestly probably my favorite Marvel movie.
It's up there. It definitely is. It was.
It's probably tied with Infinity War for me. I didn't enjoy Endgame as much as Infinity War. I thought Infinity War was just better paced in general, and Endgame felt more like just a love letter to Marvel as a whole. But yeah,
the final 10 minutes, the final fighting scene in Endgame, I think was probably one of the greatest scenes, like in terms of, oh my fucking god. But in terms of overall, yeah, I'd say Infinity War is probably better than Endgame. But so there's that news as well, that there's possibly other Netflix characters coming. I think that there's rumors that the actor that played Punisher has been in talks with Marvel and Disney.
Yeah, John Berthel.
Yeah, so if they bring him back, he was like,
please.
He was an amazing Punisher, so I would love to have him back. Him and Jessica Jones. The other two, I don't know. Well, definitely not Iron Fist. I think anyone pretty much agrees.
Well, so I kind of hope that they go the way of the comics, because the comics are replacing Danny Rand.
Yeah,
actually.
This year there's a new Iron Fist. But like Iron Fist is a title, right? Like even before Danny Rand, there were other Iron Fists.
So like I said, I just hope they don't use. I just don't like the Danny Rand character, right? Weird billionaire kid becomes fucking mythical.
It's a very Arrow.
Yeah, as soon as I watched Iron Fist, I'm like, this is literally just Arrow. Arrow, but martial arts.
Yeah.
But I mean,
worse acting.
Right? Yeah.
Terrifyingly bad acting for the show.
But that's unfortunately, like DC and Marvel have always copied storylines between each other.
Yeah.
But I if they do a different iteration of Iron Fist, I think that would be good. Like a new Iron Fist, and not Danny Rand, I think would go down well. But yeah,
and the setup for Venom. So keen.
You haven't seen Venom 2 though?
I haven't seen Venom 2, no.
Okay. Because if you saw Venom 2, you'd be sitting there throughout the whole movie going, where the fuck is Venom?
Yeah. So you gotta go watch some credit scenes.
No. I've seen I saw the end credits thing for Venom.
You saw the television?
I saw him get teleported, so I knew that happened.
Okay.
But I haven't actually seen the movie.
It's still worth the watch.
Yeah.
Definitely worth the watch.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty good.
It was really good. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, anything else for Spider-Man before?
I think they said Marvel or Sony, one of the two, said that now that they're doing the whole multiverse thing, that they're actually going to be using Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield for more.
They haven't. No one's officially come out and said that.
No one's officially said it, but apparently they're saying that they're going to be using those Spider-Mans in Sony movies and Marvel movies. So I don't know how true that is. It would be fucking awesome if they did, because as Tom Holland has said, he doesn't want to fucking play Spider-Man forever, obviously. So if they can like spread Spider-Man around, it's just fucking win-win for everyone.
I don't know. I actually don't know how I feel about that.
So Sony's always wanted to do a Sinister Six and their own kind of universe.
And in a way, yeah.
Yeah, and Marvel's always been like, you do your thing, but don't.
I think it allows for interest, like it allows them to both do what they want without too much like, oh, we want to do this, oh, you can't do that because we want to do this type of thing.
Yeah. So like the multiverse opened the door for them having a Spidey in stuff like Venom and Morbius and stuff. Like it's weird having a Venom movie without Spider-Man. Like, let's be honest, they're good movies, but it's just weird having it without Spider-Man.
So then I guess it comes down to which Spider-Man are we going to see Venom with?
It would have to be Andrew Garfield. He's the only one without a Venom. They mentioned it in the movie.
True. Actually, yeah.
Like Tom Holland obviously will have a Venom in the future because of that end credit scene.
There was even concept art for No Way Home about the black suit.
Yeah.
Which looked fucking sick.
So I imagine that's going to be the next film. I just wonder where the symbiote's going to go to, whether it's going to go to Eddie or Flash. I imagine, because we haven't had Eddie introduced at all, so I'm going to say Flash.
True. I think people know Eddie more. Like Eddie is just more known as Venom. But I think it would also be a good opportunity for them to introduce Flash Venom. Because they both have different powers technically as Venom.
Yeah, and different personalities as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But as far as Sony goes, I think it makes sense for them to reignite the Andrew Garfield series and just link whatever they're doing to his series.
A lot of people are saying they want to see a third Andrew Garfield movie, actually. And please. I honestly didn't mind the Andrew Garfield movies. Like, yes, he was a Peter Parker, but that's just the way they wrote him. Like, you couldn't really. It's not that he acted badly or anything. It's literally just the writing.
So hands down, as Spider-Man, so take out Peter Parker, in the suit, he's probably the
Andrew
best
Garfield, 100%. Yeah, he was quirky. He was nerdy as well. I don't know what else to say.
No, like he personified the witty, sarcastic kind of like quirky guy that you mentioned. It's just when he was Peter Parker, he kind of like
he was the cool skater guy. It's just
the cool skater guy that got picked on and just didn't quite.
Yeah, I got what they were going for because it was around the time. I think it was like after Batman came out, like the Christopher Nolan one. So they wanted to go more of like a darker tone type of thing. Not even a dark tone, just I guess different type. But yeah, it just didn't translate well into Peter Parker.
Yeah. I think we've spoken enough about Spider-Man, but we'll have to see. Yeah. There's a lot of rumors. Hopefully someone comes out with stuff. I posted something about Norman Reedus signed on to play Ghost Rider. I went digging because I was hyped for it.
No, no, don't do this to me. Oh, no,
So-
no.
So it was a bit of a clickbait title, or I wouldn't say fake news. So basically, he has shared some tweets about Ghost Rider, and he's made some tweets about Ghost Rider. So he himself is interested, obviously, and he really likes Ghost Rider. They've taken that and built it to mean that he's signed on for Ghost Rider. So yeah, it was a clickbait
Overhype.
news, overhyped,
Thing, yeah.
unfortunately. But
Well done.
I
Still
couldn't.
a really good casting though. That would be like literally perfect casting.
I would be all over it.
Or
No,
Nicolas
instead you're
Cage
getting
again,
Nick Cage.
please.
Oh man. Bless his soul. Anyway, what else was there? James Gunn came out and gave an update on Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So he's pretty much come out and said he's really happy with how it's going at the moment. That's it. They've casted an actor. I'm going to take a guess on how it's pronounced. Chukwudi Iwuji. He's in the new Peacemaker movie, TV show. He's been in a few other stuff. So we don't know what his role is, but James Gunn has really enjoyed working with him in the Peacemaker TV series. So he's brought him over to Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, James Gunn's one of those guys that he has a select people he likes working with, and he'll reuse them.
Fair.
Like his brother's in nearly everything that he directs. His wife is in Peacemaker TV series. He has a, you know,
he just gets the boys over.
oh, he's got this
Guys,
he's got this trust group, and
they're
it's
just sitting there. They're just sitting in the backyard having some beers. Hey guys, I need y'all to do a movie for me, okay?
Just while he's saying, he just cracks open a cold one.
This is how Hollywood was supposed to be.
But yeah, there's the holiday special, which is meant to be releasing end of this year, Christmas this 2022, and then volume 3 is meant to be on track for May 2023. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. What else was there?
Also a leak of Thor's new suit.
Yes, that looks really good.
Yes.
So it's the blue. Like, for those of you guys who haven't seen it, it's like a blue version of his Ragnarok suit, I would say.
Yeah.
So that
It looks like Rune King Thor.
yes, yeah. So I was gonna say, in the comics, it's like his strongest iteration of Thor in the comics.
It's like when he fucking literally punches a planet and it just explodes or some shit.
So it would make sense, to be honest, if they did that, where he becomes Rune King Thor, because in the comics, he basically becomes the All-Father. He takes over Odin. He takes on the All-Father power. So those of you guys unfamiliar, Odin becomes the All-Father by sacrificing something, he sacrifices one of his eyes, and that's how he becomes the All-Father. Thor takes it one step further, and he sacrifices both eyes in the comics, and he becomes this.
He becomes literally God.
Yeah, he just becomes this unreal entity. And I hope they do that. Like, that would be unreal.
I don't think they would. Like, how would you even translate that into anything remotely that powerful on screen?
Well, he's taking on the God Butcher, right? He's taking on God the God Butcher. So we know there's going to be other, not just the Asgardians, there's going to be the other gods, because we know Zeus is in it. So I imagine, like, he's just going to be up against this guy that just demolishes these strong entities, like these godlike entities, and he's just like, what the fuck do I do? And then maybe he goes Super Saiyan on him.
Yeah.
Please, we need another soundtrack.
I can't fucking wait.
That's gonna be so good.
There was an article that you shared, Reese. I will be honest, I haven't read it, but something about Star Wars brings back polarizing character for its fans.
Geode
fans.
Geode.
Yes.
It's a fucking rock. That's what they're bringing back.
You mean like Geodude, the Pokemon?
I mean, like, if I could show you guys, I would. But
Oh no, I've seen the concept art.
yeah, it's a fucking rock, and it was weird in the comics.
Oh,
Kind of
it's
rock
quite literally a rock.
exists.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in one of the shows. That's it. Force controlling rock.
I thought you meant something like Korg. I didn't realize
No.
you meant a literal fucking
Freaking
rock.
stone block rock. Yes. That's it, bringing it back.
Lowest paid actor ever.
Oh
Give me a
my
giant fucking rock.
Oh
I want to
my
put the people's
God.
eyebrows on this concept art. That's what I want to do.
Oh man. I
Oh.
thought I missed out on something by not clicking that link back in Christmas, but yeah. So, well, moving on to Star Wars, we'll finish off with some Star Wars stuff. Bad Batch. I believe no, not Bad Batch. Boba Fett. I don't know why I said Bad Batch.
I was gonna say there was Bad Batch.
Boba Fett. We've had 3 episodes so far.
Yep.
3. You guys have watched them?
Yes.
I haven't watched the third.
Okay.
We'll give you 2 extra days to figure this out.
we'll keep it relatively spoiler free, but first episode I thought was okay. I kind of understand why they went with the direction. Obviously, we had to see what has happened to him since he was eaten by a big sandworm.
Did we though? I don't mind it, but did we need to see it? And, but as we get into episode 3, it drives what's going to happen for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I tell.
I think we needed to, or at least for new fans to kind of understand the history a bit. Maybe I just didn't know where I'm just, when I originally watched it, I didn't think it needed to go on for that long. It was pretty much episode 1 was mostly 3/4 flashback, 1/4 current, right?
Yeah, it was definitely filling in like the gaps.
Yeah, but as we got to episode 3, I kind of appreciated that. Like, you kind of understand why they've done that route.
Yeah.
Episode 2 so far has been my favorite one.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Because I'm sorry, cover your ears, Minzy. Not fucking Danny Trejo coming in.
He's everywhere. He's the everywhere man, isn't he?
He fucking is.
When I saw him, I was like,
context for this.
When I saw him, I was like, of course. I mean, why not? I mean, he's everywhere. He's got to be here.
Machete in space.
But
I'm just trying to think who.
he pretty much gave it away then. But
I didn't say what the gift was.
Sure.
You gotta go watch the episode, music. But no, episode 2 is probably the stronger of the 3. Like I said, I didn't mind the flashbacks thing. Yeah, it did not need to be most of the first episode. And that first episode really did just kind of end. Right? It kind of felt like that's it.
Yeah, it did,
it's like there was the reel and they just got a machete and just went chop.
Yeah. So, okay, next episode. That's it. Okay.
Sure. Yeah. So, what is it? How many episodes in the season? 8. I believe it's 8, right?
I'm getting yelled at.
Well,
is it 8? I thought there's
like
6.
Well, it ends second week of February, so I think it's 8. There's
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Close. So there it is I guess small series, but it feels like things are going to start picking up after this 3rd episode. I'm going to wait and see a couple more episodes to see how I truly feel, but so far, apart from the 2nd episode, it felt more fan service having a Boba Fett TV series than anything else. I don't know whether new fans will be bought into it or not, whether they'll appreciate it as much as watching Mandalorian for the first time, for instance.
It definitely did not have a Mandalorian feel to it.
No. And I think the big
Which
thing...
is good, I guess, to be honest. Like, you don't want every show to feel the same, but it's just...
So I think the big thing isn't the storyline and all that. I think it's the music for me. Like, it's the same composer, so, which is surprising. But I think Mandalorian, the soundtrack, the theme, really hit the mark. And I think this one has missed the mark. It's kind of gone for that tribal, because obviously the Sand People kind of tribal feel. But it's also got that the Sopranos kind of mafia feel to it as well, because it's Boba Fett. But I don't think it kind of worked. But that's my opinion. I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, anything else you guys want to add before we wrap it up for this episode?
No.
Definitely that a soundtrack can make or break a show or movie. Like, look at Guardians of the Galaxy, for example.
Right. I mean,
soundtrack.
It's people don't appreciate it or don't recognize it, but it can. Like, it really adds to the
atmosphere,
the feel, and the atmosphere. It's that subtle thing in the background. But anyway, we'll see how the remaining episodes go. I'll still be watching it. But appreciate you guys tuning in. First episode for 2022. We'll see you guys next time.